We've been studying influential figures who played a pivotal role in shaping modern American evangelical Christianity. I chose to present William Franklin Graham, better known as Billy Graham. Billy Graham was born on November 7, 1918, and grew up on a dairy farm outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. He grew up in a Christian household and became saved at the age of 16. He later went on to Bob Jones University, Florida Bible Institute, and Wheaton College, majoring in anthropology. It was during his college years that he felt the Lord wanted him to proclaim the gospel. He began preaching as often as he could, and after college, he married his wife Ruth in 1943. Billy Graham went on to play an important role in evangelicalism's developing youth ministry. Billy Graham became the defining figure who spoke for Youth for Christ. This gained him a lot of attention among evangelical leaders and later led to him having a platform that would eventually receive national exposure. This platform began in 1949 in Los Angeles when he began a citywide revival that lasted 8 weeks. As he was preaching, he caught the attention of a local radio celebrity by the name of Stuart Hamblin, who began encouraging his listeners to attend the rallies. This then caught the attention of William Randolph Hearst, a newspaper publisher. The historian D.G. Hart wrote that Hearst urged his reporters and editors to puff Graham, and it worked. This led to Graham holding crusades all across the world. Graham did indeed play a pivotal role in shaping evangelical Christianity, but did he maintain a healthy relationship between faith and politics? From the 1940s to the 1960s, Graham continued to preach in crusades, often making allusions to communism. His sermons often portrayed the world situation in dualistic terms. Atheistic communism sought to crush Christendom and its leading nation, the United States. Communism, he told Los Angeles, is a religion that is inspired, directed, and motivated by the devil himself, who has declared war against Almighty God. He would sometimes have sermon titles such as Christianism versus Communism, or The Soviet Threat to Life, or Why Communism is Gaining. According to the author Grant Wacker in his book America's Pastor, Billy Graham and the Shaping of a Nation, Graham's relation to presidents and politics proved both the best-known and most controversial part of his career. Graham personally knew 11 successive presidents, forged friendships with 10 of them, and became close friends with 4. Graham had admitted that he found the world of politics so fascinating that if he had not been called to be an evangelist, he probably would have tried politics. Graham had mixed relationships with those presidents, and this is where he has received some criticism for being too political. It's recorded that Graham never explicitly endorsed Richard Nixon, but he also left no doubt where he stood, and eventually he gave John F. Kennedy his wholehearted loyalty and support. The historian Randall Ballmer has documented that during his time around the presidents, Billy Graham was working hard behind the scenes for Carter's defeat in opposition to Ronald Reagan's success in the 1980 presidential election. So did Billy Graham maintain a healthy balance between faith and politics? I believe he did. Billy Graham remained an evangelist, even through his connections with politics. For the most part, he stayed in his lane and focused on what God called him to do. He was an evangelist, not a politician. He got flack for endorsing a few presidents, but Graham took pride in saying that no one except his wife Ruth knew how he actually voted. There were social concerns that played a role, but his hope for larger social change rested in changing the hearts of individuals. Graham built this evangelical social ethic into his preaching. To address the world's most depressing problems, he depicted the world, the nation, and individuals at the moment of crisis in need of a personal relationship with Jesus as the answer. I believe Billy Graham, though not perfect, set a great example for us to follow.